I want to share with you some stark revelation about John chapter 6, verse 66. Now, bear with me. In Matthew 13, his disciples ask him, Jesus, why do you speak to them in parables? And he says, I speak to them in parables because the secrets of the kingdom of heaven are for you to know, not them. Fast forward to Matthew 16. They're sitting in a canoe, and he says, beware, the leaven of the Pharisees and of the Sadducees. And they're like, oh man, what? Oh, he's mad that we didn't bring bread. And he says, no. Do you not remember the miracle of the 4,000 or 5,000 and how many baskets of fragments we took up each time? And something about remembering the parable of those two instances informs them that he's speaking of doctrine and not bread. So there's a lot of information that we're missing there, but try and follow me. We can take from this that when Jesus speaks of bread, he is using it as a metaphor for scripture and doctrine being something that can only be distilled from scripture. So when we go to John chapter 6 and Jesus is saying, I am that manna from heaven, I am that bread that you must eat. What is he saying? Because if we've been reading the Bible faithfully up to that point, we should already know that when he speaks about bread, he's speaking about doctrine. So what's he telling us? Because he goes on to say, look, it is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh will profit you nothing. Okay, so he's saying you can eat all the bread that you want. You can read the Bible all that you want. It's not going to save you. You have to drink my blood. You have to eat my flesh and drink my blood. But he says explicitly, again, it is the spirit that quickeneth. It is the blood that will save you. He says, these words that I say unto you, they are the spirit. And if you're reading a KJV like you should be, those letters would be in red. And it might hit you that the blood that he's telling you to drink are the red letters written in the KJV. Now, someone like me wants to say, see, this is proof that the sacrament and the Eucharist are wrong. But if we're being honest, let's go back to Passover when Jesus tells his disciples to break bread and drink wine in remembrance of him. So there's a lot to unpack, and I don't know everything. And I want your help to figure these things out, whoever you may be. So please, if this information interests you, I'm about to record a very long video about this particular subject, and I invite you to come argue with me in the comments. Glory to the Father. Please eat his flesh and drink his blood.